Maybe this is why. Okay. So yesterday when I recorded, the audio did not work. And I think it's because I didn't add myself to the stage, because I don't know why. So I'm just going to test real quick that I am actually, that you guys can actually hear me before I get started, which means, all right, let's see if I can hear myself, which means, yes, I can. Perfect. All right, so this morning, I am going to do another video edit of, well, this one's actually not a video edit. Yesterday would have been perfect because I went through how to edit these two clips that were filmed in portrait, put them in landscape, added the captions, did all the normal editing I do in Descript, and then I went through how I use Metricool to schedule. And I had all this stuff, really cool stuff, and then no audio yesterday. Because why not? So I don't think I'm going to do the Metricool today. We'll see, I might. But I am going to do the audio edit for this space. So I'm continuing editing the April space that 𝙎𝙤𝙤𝙬𝙖𝙬 did, which was an AMA. And I went through a little bit ago and picked out what section I wanted to edit for this particular video. It's just a small snippet I pull from these AMAs to use as content, especially for people that weren't in attendance and don't want to listen to an hour-long AMA. I can pull out the important stuff and then create content based off of that. So I'm going to basically take everything. Courts don't bark. This is just not the time, buddy. Nobody's here. I'm going to delete this section up here, and I think I know I'm going to end it here, but I think this might be too short for a video. I wish I could highlight it. Court, stop. And then it tell me how long that section is that I've highlighted. Actually, I think I can here. So this puts it at about 50 seconds, which is kind of short, but not really. It's good for like a short on YouTube. So I might actually keep it there. Yeah, I think I am going to keep it there because, again, these are just little marketing snippets, and then I'll just go through the rest of this another time to create more content. So we're going to delete this, which is just me highlighting it and hitting the delete button. Oh, now it's down to 44 seconds. So maybe. Did I even hit the right portion? Court, if you do not stop, I'm taking it to the house. No. Stop. Actually, I didn't mean to keep this. Hey, nobody's here. Chill. Sorry if my dog starts growling. It's because he's overprotective. All right, so I did accidentally delete one part. So now that we've gotten that back, we are going to go ahead and just select what we're going to delete, hit the delete button, and that gets rid of not only the audio, but the text and the captions and all of that. And if it was video, it'd even get rid of the video. That's why I love this program so much, because it can be text-based editing, which is so much easier. But I'm going to do my typical AI things where I'm shortening word gaps that are longer than a second, which there are none, so that's perfect. And then also removing filler words, which it doesn't look like there's any, surprisingly. So I'm going to listen through this snippet. Again, it's only 50 seconds, which is perfect for use for like a YouTube short if we decide to do that later. But I want to make sure all the words are spelled correctly based off of what AI interpreted them to be. So
what's going to happen when we get this hardware is we're going to launch soon thereafter.
And punctuation. Obviously, that period doesn't need to be there.
Launch soon thereafter the pilot scale implementation of the 𝙎𝙤𝙤𝙤 intelligent compute.
Although I guess a comma needs to be in there, right? I'm gonna see. This is where I get messed up there because I'm not good with the whole punctuation thing. So I'm going to assume that a comma goes there. If anybody knows. Oh, hey, Cam. So I do see Twitter comments in here. Why did I not know that StreamYard does do Twitter comments? Whatever. Anyway, so I'm just going to go through and make sure the punctuation spelling is accurate, and then we'll go through Canva, start getting some background imagery, get the captions set up. I don't know that I'll do music, but we'll see.
Going to launch soon thereafter the.
And I did see here an in there, so what I'm going to do is stretch out this timeline so it's easier for me to cut if I need to. Where was that
Going to launch soon thereafter.
There it is, that little gray area there. So we're going to hit our little cut icon, grab this and delete it.
Going to launch soon thereafter the pilot scale implementation of the 𝙎𝙤𝙤𝙤.
And that is not correct because that is the name of the brand, which is 𝙎𝙤𝙤𝙤.
Implementation of the 𝙎𝙤𝙤𝙤.
Wait, why did the AI go lowercase? AI. That was weird. I didn't type that, did I? I'm not going to go back and watch.
The 𝙎𝙤𝙤 intelligent compute fabric, which, if you've read the white paper, will allow us to connect.
I feel like there needs to be a comma there too. But again, I'm not good with the punctuation.
Compute fabric, which, if you've read the white paper, will allow us to connect to decentralized AI and DePIN networks and start.
DePIN should be DePIN. Actually, is that the only place? Yes.
AI and DePIN networks and start to put this hardware to use, earning revenue. And that revenue.
I did hear an in there somewhere. I'm going to assume it's this one here. So give me my controls back. Oh, I don't need those. I need these. I'll just cut that out real quick.
This hardware to use, earning revenue. And that revenue is going to collect.
Need a period there. There's a weird gap here I could take out.
Collect 100% of.
Yeah, because he's got kind of an and a pause in there. Which part is the 100 and the
100%.
Okay, so I think this is the right here, and then I'm going to get rid of this gap too. Oh, wait, I guess I have to click the cut option. Let's see what that does.
Revenue is going to collect 100% of net revenue.
Now, I can hear the 100%, but it took the 100%. Maybe if I change it to that. Yeah.
It's going to collect 100% of net revenue, or profit is going to collect for the 𝙎𝙤 token ecosystem.
I heard that. I'm going to grab it and delete it. Also, I'm sick this morning, so if I sound nasally, I've got like this sore throat pressure thing going on. So
it's going to collect for the 𝙎𝙤 token ecosystem from this installation.
Oh, I heard another one. Where was it at?
It's going to collect for the 𝙎𝙤 token ecosystem.
I think it might be this gray area here.
Going to collect for the 𝙎𝙤 token ecosystem from this.
Yeah, I think that was it. So we'll just grab this gray area and delete it.
Ecosystem from this installation, which should be very exciting to all 𝙎𝙤 holders on the AMA right now.
I think I heard another one in there. Right? Did I hear another one?
𝙎𝙤 holders on the AMA right now.
Wait, I feel like I heard another one, but That one might be too embedded. Hold on.
Exciting to all city holders on the AMA right.
Maybe it's just two ons in here.
Holders on the AMA.
Yeah, there's two ons, but they're so close together. I feel like if I cut one out, it's going to sound weird. So I think I'm just going to leave that one there.
Right now, as very soon to be.
But I'm not leaving that one. I heard that one. That one's a big one.
Right now, as very.
This whole thing here. Well, I'm going to cut it and see, but it's taking out the word add.
Right now, very soon you'll be able.
Yeah, it took out the whole word. Hold on. I must not have heard the right.
As very soon.
Okay, so right here, I think, is where it ends. Maybe.
Right now, as very soon you'll be able to.
Yeah, but it takes out the word here, so I'm going to see if it'll let me just add the text here because we still want the caption. Or maybe let me do that. Hold on.
MA right now, as very soon you'll be able to see that
Yeah.
revenue accumulating.
I heard another. I heard another one. I'm going to say it was this one. Wish AI was able to catch all of these little ones, but some of them are hard to, even for me to cut out manually. So
Soon you'll be able to see that revenue accumulating in.
it's a big one. Say here.
Revenue accumulating in anticipation of being distributed via the tokenomics solution.
I feel like there was two thes there, but let me see.
Via the tokenomics.
Yeah. And I think the first one would be the better one to get rid of. Even though it was more clear, the other one's so close to the word tokenomics. Let me see.
Via the tokenomics solution that we are also developing.
Yeah, of course, it took the word out here, so let me add it here. Yeah. Again, that's just for the captions. It doesn't add audio back. Although I will say I haven't shown how to do this yet because it takes a little bit of training, and maybe I'll try it later on another video, but you can train Descript to know your voice. And then if you misspoke a word or needed to add a word, it can create that with your voice through text. You just type it, and then it formulates that word once you train it with your voice. I did train this one a while ago, but I've never actually used it. So I don't even know if it's still valid. I might have to go through and test it and then show you guys how you do it.
As very soon you'll be able to see that revenue accumulating in anticipation of being distributed via the tokenomics solution that we are also developing. Very exciting news for us today. I'm super proud of this announcement.
Heard that. Where was it at?
I'm super proud for us today. I'm super proud.
Ooh. That one's like in here. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it.
For us today, I'm super proud of this.
I got it, but I got to add the I'm back. The text. There we go.
For us today, I'm super proud of this announcement and the team that has worked.
Oh, we at least got two more already. Poor Dennis. I do hope he never watches these. We're all making fun of him for all the times he's doing these uhs and ums.
Super proud of this announcement and the team that has worked very hard.
It's right there. Set that out.
Has worked very hard to put it all together.
Now, I wish the word didn't end on an up note here, but it's fine. So we're down to 48 seconds with the editing, and it looks like all of the spelling is accurate. So now what I have to do is create 48 seconds worth of background video through Canva, which I'll show, and then put the captions on top of that, and then see if I want music, which I probably will. So let me open up Canva. I'll drag this over in a second. I'm just making sure I don't have any weird stuff open. I had a proposal open, but that's about it. So these were the overlays I created in yesterday's video, which I'm not going to use today. And that's a different client, different client, different client. Here we go. So my Canva files, while they're organized by folder very well, and I keep up with that regularly, I do tend to use the same template or file to make multiple videos. I'm going to refresh this real quick. So don't ever go by my my Canva templates inside. They're a bit or unorganized. So I'm going to look up my SETI folder real quick and grab, I think this one is where I've been using a lot of the audio video components. Yeah, so we've got like our backgrounds here that we've been using, our little outro. So again, I only need, I'll say 50 seconds worth, 48 seconds worth. Time, so I want to see my durations here. So this is 12, 18, and 15. So I do 30, that's 48. I think I'll do those three. So I'll move this one out of the way. And I might just keep those backgrounds as they are because it's been a couple days since I've used backgrounds. What was that? It's 30, 48, then the outro, and then the sound effects I have going on here. So one of the things I do in this outro is this is like a typing text. So this is a typing noise to simulate the typing of the words. And then when the URL pops up with the SETI logo, I have like a computer glitch sound, which I'll play these for you guys real quick. Oops. I'm going to do that. And the music's a little loud. I will be dampening that a little bit. And actually, I'm going to move this glitch sound up a little bit. And I don't think I can make this louder. Well, I can make it louder. And that still needs to be moved up. Like right there, maybe. Yeah. So that's just a standard outro. Not a big deal. Not even that pertinent to the video, but still. So we're going to start with here. One, do I want to keep these backgrounds? I probably will just because they're already timed correctly. I actually kind of really like this one. Look at that. It's giving me Gibson vibes. It's giving Gibson. There we go. So the question is, do I change out the sound? I do have quite a bit of some audio pieces up here. I'm going to listen to a few and see if any of them stick out to me. Actually, I like that one for this video because it is kind of an announcement video. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this sound bite. And then starting here, I'm going to add this song. But I'll probably have it start at a different spot in the song. We'll see how it initially starts. Actually, that's pretty good as it is. So I'm going to reduce the volume. Actually, let's see. One of the things I also like to do is like a slight fade out at the end. So I'm going to drag the end of this to the end of the outro, which is about here, I think. Let's see. Yeah, let's say about here, and then we'll do an audio effect fade out of 3 seconds. So, and I do want to reduce the volume because it's a little loud. And I can do a little bit of volume adjustment in Descript as well, but not as much. It's still pretty loud. It's still pretty loud. And then our slight fade out. Yeah, I think that's fine. If I need to adjust the volume, ignore Aaron writing an H100 machine, then I can do that in Descript. So we're going to go ahead. What are we at? We are page 25 through 30 is all we're going to download. So I'll download them as MP4. 25 through 30. And then we'll add that as a layer in the Descript. This is just background visuals, background noise, audio, stuff like that. Again, for those of you, there's a couple dozen in here now. I'm sick, so I apologize. I'm nursing some hot tea while I do this, so if I'm not as talkative or it's a little nasally, that's why. The hot tea is definitely helping the sore throat. So once this is done, I'm going to add it as a layer. It'll show here on the right. We'll get our captions set up. And honestly, from this point, as long as the timing is right with the video, we should be pretty good. We'll see. So we will call this we'll call April AMA revenue announcement. And then I can remember how we did this initially. I think, yeah, we had to go to project, which to me, because Descript just changed their software yesterday. And yesterday, even though you couldn't hear me in the live, I was struggling figuring out where they placed everything. And to me, it makes sense. And I have a Descript affiliate link, and I'll post it on Twitter as well. But I have it in, since actually, let me put the banner up real quick. We're streaming right now on YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn. But I think the links are already there for those. But I do have a Descript affiliate link. I got the email this morning if you wanted to try it out. But they moved a bunch of stuff around. And for me, it makes sense if you're adding a layer, such as video, audio, that it would be under layers. But it's not. It's under projects. And then you upload your new layer. And to me, that's just whatever. So here's our April revenue announcement. We're going to add that in here as a layer. Why is it saying add as script? No, I want to add as a new layer. Something weird's going on here. Like it's trying to add it on top rather than as a layer. So this might be messing up right now, but we'll get it figured out. Control-Z is my friend. For those of you that don't know, Control-Z undoes your latest action in whatever software you're doing. So I use a lot of keyboard command in what I'm doing. What does this say? What is this? What is that? That is not what I wanted. So I'm already going to Control-Z. That's wrong. All right. So it's uploading, and it should be adding it as a layer. But when I add it as a layer, it's not showing me the window for video editing. What is that about? I hate when they change stuff around. I mean, they're doing a lot of improvements, so whatever. But where do I go now? Maybe if I just add the captions to start. There we go. Now I have my video screen. Switch composition of video. There we go. All right. So now I can close this. And we've got our layer on here. We've got our captions. Because there's nothing really happening in the background, let me select the caption. What are you doing? What is this? What are these extra layers? Or maybe it's, oh, it's catching up. Oh, I see. Okay. So this is where my husband would be like, would you just calm down and let it do its thing? No, I won't. I refuse. All right, is that color, highlight? So, right, where do I go to change that? There we go. So the background of the, there we go. Background, I want to be black. And then the text, when it's highlighted with blue, I want to also be black. There we go. So we've got our captions layered over the background. And I'm going to just roll through a little bit real quick.
What's going to happen when we get this hardware is we're going to launch soon thereafter.
Okay. Wait a minute. That is the video. Oh, I know. I added an extra video here, didn't I? Hold on. Yeah, this is this video, which doesn't have sound. Like, where's the sound? Did I download extra? I did. And nobody told me. Guys. So I downloaded an extra piece of the video, so I gotta redo the video. Here we go. Re-add the layer, which means now I'm getting familiar with where I need to go to do that. I was like, where's the music? There's no sound at all. Did I mess it up? But no, I just added an extra screen in there. So while that's doing its thing, I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Still has my captions, but all right. Revenue announcement. Yes. And we're going to go into projects. I'm going to re-upload this new video, which has the accurate screens. There we go. Add as a new layer. And we're going to bring it to the back. Now we should hear music in the background, but I won't know the levels until we start playing it, and then I'll have to adjust volume as needed.
What's going to happen when we get this hardware is we're going to
Oh yeah. So music's too loud, which is fine. We kind of expected that. Now where do they move the settings to adjust the volume? Okay. So actually one thing I do want to do is I'm going to apply the studio sound at some point when I figure out, put this on it. Effects? No. That's just for the text. Okay. Somewhere in here, there's the settings to do the sound. There we go. So studio sound on the talking. That's going to make it sound more like a podcast professional recording. And then on this part, we're going to reduce the volume significantly. I'm going to drag it down a little bit, start playing it, and then I can drag it down more if it needs more.
When we get this hardware is we're going to launch soon thereafter the pilot scale implementation of the 𝙎𝙤𝙤𝙤 intelligent compute fabric, which, if you've read the white paper, will allow us to connect to decentralized AI and DePIN networks and start to put this hardware to use, earning revenue. And that revenue is going to collect 100% of net revenue, or profit is going to collect for the 𝙎𝙤 token ecosystem from this installation, which should be very exciting to all 𝙎𝙤 holders on the AMA right now, as very soon you'll be able to see that revenue accumulating
in
anticipation of being distributed via the tokenomics solution that we are also developing. Very exciting news for us today. I'm super proud of this announcement from the team that has worked very hard to put it all together.
Well, you can hear the quality in the voice recording increased a lot with the studio sound, but I was trying to get the audio of the voice louder.
What's going to happen when we get this?
I see it's louder there. Did it just not want to show it to me initially?
Hardware we're going to launch soon thereafter.
Wait. Why is the volume different right there? It went down.
We're going to launch soon thereafter.
That's weird. I'm not going to lie.
What's going to happen when we get this hardware is we're going to launch soon.
All right. So maybe I need to select all and then do the increase here.
What's going to happen when we get this hardware is we're going to launch soon thereafter the pilot scale implementation of the 𝙎𝙤𝙤𝙤 intelligent compute fabric, which, if you've read the white paper, will allow us to connect to decentralized AI and DePIN networks and start to put this hardware to use, earning revenue. And that revenue is going to collect 100% of net revenue, or profit is going to collect for the 𝙎𝙤 token ecosystem from this installation, which should be very exciting to all 𝙎𝙤 holders on the AMA right now, as very soon you'll be able to see that revenue accumulating in anticipation of being distributed via the tokenomics solution that we are also developing. Very exciting news for us today. I'm super proud of this announcement and the team that has worked very hard to put it all together.
Why does it feel like it went down again there? Here it felt like it went down again. Is that just me?
Distributed via the tokenomics solution that we are also developing. Very exciting news for us today. I'm super proud of this announcement and the team.
Maybe like right around here.
Announcement and the team that has worked very hard to put it all together.
It's like it was going up and down. I wonder if that's the studio sound doing that, but I think it's noticeable, but I think it's subtle enough to not worry about. And I think the music with the volume that we were able to increase is fine at its current level. But let me just verify.
To launch soon thereafter the pilot scale implementation of the 𝙎𝙤𝙤𝙤 AI.
I think it's fine. So the next thing I got to do is I have to drag out the window to allow, because it cuts off the timeline once the text is done. So we have that outro still, but it doesn't detect that. It just cuts off the video whenever the audio or the text, script, whatever is done. So I have to try to get it. And I remember I struggled with this yesterday, and I couldn't do it yesterday because they changed how you do it. What I would normally do is just drag this window, and it looks like it's going to allow it here, which is great. But how far? Will it allow me to do it all the way? It wouldn't let me do this yesterday, which is what's frustrating. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the end of it. Let's see.
And the team that has worked very hard to put it all together.
Oh, perfect. Yesterday it wouldn't let me do that at all. All I had to do was drag it. But yesterday it's like, no, you're not allowed to drag it. And I'm like, you know what? I don't even care. I didn't even put the outro in the videos yesterday. I think everything yesterday, because my audio, my talking didn't record yesterday. Everything yesterday was just corrupt. It was just awful, and it was not a tech day for me. But so this is done for the landscape. But because this is, oh crap, it went up to a minute and 1 second. All right, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to do a little bit of adjustment here, is I'm going to export it into this landscape mode, into whatever the max, which seems to be 720, resolution, high quality, save it as landscape. Let that export as a video. And then I'm going to try to see if I can like shave off a little bit of the outro to get it under the minute into a portrait to use as a short, because one of my goals this week is to start a YouTube channel for 𝙎𝙤 as well. I'm actually writing that down so I don't forget, and then start uploading some of these as shorts that are short enough for it. I hope, and maybe YouTube has, and I haven't looked recently, that they'll let you have shorts longer than a minute, but last I saw they didn't. Sorry for yawning too. So we are at 30%. Okay. It's weird that it would take 2 minutes. It's not a very long video. I'm also moderating at the same time. So I'm checking Discord and Telegram at the same time while I'm doing this. So far, doing it early in the morning, I kind of like, because there's not a lot of people causing a ruckus. Sometimes they get nasty in the evenings in some of these places that I moderate. And so it's distracting. Plus, usually my husband's home or something like that, so everything's a little chaotic. Me knocking these out first thing in the morning means I've knocked out a big chunk of, not that it's hard work, but you know, it's got some detail-oriented aspects to it, and I'm awake. I've got tea, so there's nobody trying to call me at 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't even start my meetings. I don't even allow people to schedule meetings until 10. So that's done. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drag the timeline down a little bit. Is you can change the layout. So if I want one in portrait, or if you want one in square or something like that. Now I'm going to do my adjustments to get this into a layout
when we get this
mode. So there's a couple things that I'll have to adjust, and I'm not quite sure. One, this we're going to want to be position, maybe. or canvas. But the issue with doing it this way is it cuts off the URL and the logo. Now the text I'm not too worried about because I can easily like change the size and everything. But what I can do is I can upload, and I think I have it available, the 𝙎𝙤𝙤𝙤𝙬𝙖, just the logo as its own layer, and kind of drop that. I'll probably put it up here and make it smaller. So now we're adding multiple layers to the video. But since a lot of things like YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and everything have their little menu on the right, description on the bottom, I wouldn't want to put the logo there. And then I just need to decide, do I want to add text for the URL? And I also need to cut off when the logo goes away because we have that typing outro stuff going on here. So for example, I want it to stop here.
For us today, I'm super proud of this announcement and the team that has worked very hard to put it all together.
See, then it goes away and okay, that doesn't look so bad. I was worried that the text also would not fit, but I think I had it set initially so that it always fit, regardless whether I'm landscape or portrait.
That has worked very hard to put it all together.
You know, and maybe I don't need the URL since I have it at the end for the portrait.
Revenue or profit is going to collect for the 𝙎𝙤 token ecosystem from this installation, which should be very exciting to all 𝙎𝙤 holders on the AM.
Now, I am curious whether they give you like some customization options when you add an image. I've never looked into it, so let's see. So it's got a couple options there. I can do an opacity. Well, that's nice. Oh, I can do an animation. What kind of animations they got? Fade, scale. No, I don't think I need to do any of that. I wish they had like a shadow, but it doesn't look like they do. I don't think it has that much capability, which is fine. So I think from a short standpoint or whatever,
what's going to happen when we get this hardware is we're going to launch soon thereafter the pilot scale implementation of the 𝙎𝙤 AI intelligent compute fabric, which, if you've read the white paper, will allow us to connect to decentralized AI and DePIN networks and start to put this hardware to use, earning revenue. And that revenue is...
All right, I think all of that looks honestly fine. Let me just check this outro fade again real quick.
The team that has worked very hard to put it all together.
Yeah. Yep, we're good. So now I want to export this again. But again, it's for the portrait version, which we're going to call portrait. And that way I have that available if we want to upload it as a short or TikTok or whatever. I like to get it out of the way now instead of having to go back and do it later and make edits. So I think that's pretty good for today. I could show you guys how to find a schedule on Metricool if you're really interested. I also have Metricool in my affiliate links. They'll definitely be on YouTube. I don't think I put them on LinkedIn or Twitter. I'll do that after the live is over. But I think I will do a quick share of Metricool so that you guys can see it while this is ongoing. Let me pull this tab out. So if you're familiar with things like Hootsuite or Buffer or whatever, Metricool is just another social media scheduler. It's one I prefer because, one, it's free for your first brand. So, for example, my business, Misfit Interactive, I can put all of Misfit's social media accounts, TikToks, Pinterest, Facebook ads, Twitch, whatever, and it's still considered one brand. So you can add all of these accounts. SETI only has Twitter right now, so say they want to have added. But you can add all of them to Metricool, and it automatically counts as that one brand for free. If you want to add additional brands to maintain or whatever, you can. It has a really good reporting functionality. You can add your logo to the footer, like I did here for Misfit. And I'll show you an example of the reports. So this is the May report for SETI. I mean, we did amazing with their growth over the course of May, but it gives you so much detail on percentages, increases, how many followers you've lost versus how many you've gained. Everybody likes charts, and then it also lists all of the posts that did really well, and it also links to them for you. So if you're like, well, what post was that? I don't quite remember. You click there, it opens up the link. Gives you all of the different stats and ratios that you would need to formulate your strategy or whatever. So I really love the reporting functionality in itself. But I also really like that it has, I don't use this on SETI currently, but you can create what's basically its version of Linktree within the system. So as you're in here editing your social media and you need to be like, oh, I talked about this link while I was in this post, so I can just go ahead and add it to my Linktree or my version of Linktree, your smart links here. So you would just have your button text, your link. You can add as many as you want. It's got some designs, appearance, like some built-in designs. I've used this one before. For SETI, I would probably use this one or this one since their scheme is kind of like black and white, maybe green. You can change your header. You can have your title, description, text color. Like, it gives you some good customization options for it, and it's free. You don't pay for this. Oh, you can add a video. That's new. I'll have to play with that. And then you not only have your buttons, but if you go down, you have your social media links too as little icons down here. So it's a really nice link tree option built into your scheduler already that you, while you're there editing, you can add the link of whatever you're talking about. The planning is where I hang out the most because it's basically, can I just go full screen here? You can choose which platform you want to see the best times to post. So for SETI, obviously Thursdays at noon, 100% of their followers are usually online, typically. So that would be a good time to post a really good post. This video that we made now, I'll probably post at 9, 15 minutes, because it won't take me long. But I'll probably want to do another one like at noon and maybe one in the afternoon, just to hit those high traffic times and spots, slots, whatever. But you can change it. If you want it to be Instagram, you would select Instagram if you have it connected, and it'll go through Instagram and give you the percentages for that. So you can change it per post or per platform, I guess, and the same for Facebook and all of that. It has this auto list functionality, which is basically auto posts. I like it. It's a little confusing how to set it up because basically you set up a name. You choose your time of when this is supposed to go out. You put your post in here. You attach your media. But there's no save functionality, and you can only do weekly. Like, I can't say, well, maybe I want it to post once a month. You just choose weekly or daily or whatever. So I don't like that. You can add timing. Why would I need to add another? Well, I guess there's reasons, but But I'm waiting for them. You can say whether you want it to repeat as well, but I'm waiting for them to implement where I can say, well, how often do I want it to post beyond a week? Maybe there's something I just want to go out once a month. I do password reminders every 2 months, like that kind of stuff for Misfit. So I like it, but this part's a little limiting. List is if you want all of your social media, if you're more of a list person. I like looking at the calendar to see how things are scheduled for the week. But basically, when I want to create a post, I'm going to click on the slot that I want, which I'm going to choose, well, not now. I'm going to choose the 9 a.m. slot, and you can change the time here as well if you need to. And then I'm going to add our video. So let me open up the folder where I have this video sitting. I'm just going to drag it over once I find it. So this is the landscape one. So I'm going to drag it over. It's going to upload. And then I can work, and it'll show you what it looks like over here. Twitter, I like doing these size posts because they're, one, they're the recommended size for Twitter posts. But if you do square, they sometimes get cut off. If you do the vertical portrait videos, they definitely get cut off. And I want everything visual right away. So in our April AMA, CEO Dennis Jarvis. Another thing I like is if you start typing in a crypto profile or a Twitter username, it'll start pulling lists of known usernames on the platform. I already know his username, so I'll confirm it. Let's see, what did he say? How did I want to put this? Happen when our machines are on. Which they now have. Hashtag. Now, one of the things I do is SETI. They get a lot of impersonators, unfortunately, and a lot of these projects do. Like Gary Vee's got tons of impersonators. Bored Ape Yacht Club has tons of impersonators. So what we usually do, this little box here lets you add, if you want to do like a thread, you know how you do a post and then you do a post underneath of it. So what I've been doing is I'll add this image here, which is basically, this is the final tweet in this thread. Only follow our actual socials. So it'll post that immediately after as a comment on the initial post. So anybody that tries to post a comment will show after, and if it's a scammer, theoretically people will read our warning first before they scroll down and see the scammer's post, but you know how people are. So, and then I'll go back to this initial post, make sure everything is where I want it to be. I think that'll be fine. So this will go out at 9. I can schedule, or I could click here and publish now. I can send it to review or save it as a draft. You can have other people with accounts on your Metricool so that they can review things before they're posted. Like if you're working for a company, they need to approve anything that goes out. You would save it for review for something like that. They can also leave comments if they like or don't like, or they have feedback on it. So it has some good collaborative functionality as well, which I really like. But I think this post is pretty much good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and schedule. And then you'll see it in here, and it'll automatically post at 9 a.m. And if I need to drag, I can drag and drop and move them around as well. It does have that option, which I like. But now I'm going to start thinking about what I want to post throughout the rest of the day, which probably won't be video. I try not to do constant videos. I like to kind of every other day post another piece of a AMA snippet, which the whole AMA itself, if I'm looking back at it, I think it's an hour long. So I've still got a lot of content, 48 minutes long, a lot of content to go through and pull out of that. But that's all I'm going to go through today because my throat is still really sore. So I don't really want to be on the live too much longer. But thank you for watching, all 27 of you. I always appreciate it. Feel free to leave a comment. I will be putting the affiliate link for Descript if you're interested in trying it out. I've been using it for at least a year, and despite the changes they made the other day where I'm relearning a couple things, it's been a really good program. So I will put the link below here shortly. Thanks again.